Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Mediumship and Numerology channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. So, continuing along with our Black History recognitions, I like to channel Rosa Parks this time just to see what messages she might want to share with us and to the world at large. If you like this reading, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button so that you receive future readings, okay? So, just as I did with the other readings, I'm going to go on and just select another card here from my African American Tarot deck. And because I feel Rosa Parks exude great strength of character, of will, okay? And she was courageous to really do what she thought was best to bring forth equality. I'm going to go on and select the strength card to represent her, and I'm going to channel her in through this card, okay? So let me go on and see if I can find it here through this deck, okay? I've jotted down questions already, ladies and gentlemen, to ask her, and I'm just curious to see what her responses would be, okay? And remember, if you like this reading, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So here we go. We have the Strength card. And again, I'm using the African American Tarot. I'm just going to be using the Strength card here to just channel her through, okay? So to start, I'm going to go on and just say a little prayer here so that I can get better connected with her energies, and then we'll move forward with the messages, okay? So, dear guides, dear ancestors, deceased relatives, may the grace of understanding and awareness open up my mind and my heart to receive soul insights and enlightened knowledge. I ask that only the highest of intentions and energies be present in this experience. Please help me release my ego fears so that I can clearly see, clearly feel, clearly hear, and understand that the messages Miss Parks needs to reveal to us at this time. Okay? So, with that said, I'm going to go on and just get ready to start asking her a few questions and just see what the impressions I get, okay, from those questions. Okay, so Miss Parks, tell me about yourself. I mean, we all know who you were when you were alive, but tell us about the real you. Okay. She says, ladies and gentlemen, that in her life she faced much despair. She worried incessantly. I'm getting so much so that it looks like she had a excuse me. She had a myriad of sleepless nights. She's telling me. And she was a bit of a hypochondriac, I'm getting. Okay? And she certainly voiced her opinions. I feel that she was very intrusive at times, curious, and she's telling me moody, very impatient at times, and sometimes very, very overly critical. I'm feeling. Okay? She feared the world would never or will never would never actually be equal in terms of race. She says she was threatened and treated badly when she was alive. She said amid those problems I'm getting the impression that she also suffered. She's telling me it looks like she also suffered from female related health issues, okay? And she says she felt deep sorrow and cried a lot. Maybe this might be the reason why she didn't give birth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. Okay, she's telling me that she felt a sense of loneliness, and I'm getting that her loneliness seems to have stemmed from a death. It could be the death of her husband, or a separation that she experienced, or just a loss. It could be, okay? It even could have possibly been a miscarriage of a child or something here, too. She's showing me the baby, or showing me that she wanted to have a child, and I'm just seeing a lot of loneliness and loss surrounding that, okay? So, Miss Parks, how did you really actually die? I'm picking up, ladies and gentlemen, the solar plexus area, a health imbalance, perhaps in the stomach area, I feel, or cancer, I'm kind of getting. She says that, that she's at peace now, and she fought a very, very good fight. And she wants people, including her family, not to mourn her, but to just, celebrate her, you know? Because she says that even though she went through a lot of trials and tribulations, she had a reasonably good life, okay? So, next question, Miss Parks, Mrs. Parks, how do you make your presence known? He's showing me like religious institutions and spiritual type monuments. So that's telling me that because she liked helping people and liked offering advice to others, she's saying that she often, try to surround herself at those locations, hoping to offer anyone who help who might need it that I'm getting. Okay. So tell me then, why are you here in terms of, you're making your presence known? Ladies and gentlemen, she's saying that although she comes back and forth periodically, she certainly has accepted her lot, and she's very excited to embrace her next experience. And she's saying the next experience, of course, is where she is in the afterlife. Okay? She wants her family as well as the world to understand that she's fine so that everyone can move on too, you know? So I'm going to ask you the next question. Since you are at peace, it seems that you don't have a problem moving on. Is there anything that I can do, perhaps Mrs. Parks, to help you move on? Okay. She says that she have certainly already moved on, and she's very happy. And although she has no unfinished business, she says that she still will come over periodically. And she says she constantly appears in her family dreams. Okay, so those are true dreams if her family is listening to this video. She also says that she playfully moves and hides things in the house to try to get their attention as well. So, Ms. Parks, is there anything else that you like to share with us? Okay. All right. She says that she will certainly continue to visit to make sure things are all right, and to make sure that her family is really on the track that uh, they charted before coming here. A champion for the disenfranchised at best, Rosa really wants us all to really embrace hope, peace, as well as healing from, the very bad experience that each of us or our ancestors had to endure. Okay? Now, Ms. Parks, I have one more final question to ask you, and I'm sure the world wants to know the answer to this. Why didn't you get up from that chair that day? Okay. All right, let's see. This is funny. Okay. She says, because I certainly wasn't going to let no man boss me. That's what she said. And the person who asked me to surrender my seat was being illogical as well as unfair. She, and this is what she says she fought for: fairness. She said she worked hard that day and she was very tired. And that's her real reason why she didn't get up. And although she stood up for herself that day, she's telling me that she was scared as shit. She felt very insecure and frightened inside. Okay? And she felt this way due to the consequences that, of course, during that time, the consequences that may have resulted, from her actions here. So I'm getting that strong sensation. So this was a quite an interesting reading to interview Mrs. Parks before leaving, okay, or before closing this session, if you will. I'm going to go on and shuffle up my postcards that I have here, and I'd like you to help me select the card that best represents the message you'd like me to share to not only your family, but perhaps to the world at large here. So, okay, here, let's see. Help me guide me to the correct message here. All right. Here it is, y'all. Let's go on and see what it is that Mrs. Parks has to say. All right. And it reads, Dear, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security. But you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first, you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will certainly open up, and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lie. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. I've got you, and certainly Spirit has you too. Loving you so, so much. Okay? So, Mrs. Parks, thanks so much for allowing me to ask you these questions here. And um, hopefully, we could do another channeling session sometimes. Okay? Thanks a lot for coming. And for those of you who are viewing, if you'd like to schedule a more personalized reading, you can certainly access my website to schedule your reading there, or you could send an email to arrange a reading that way. Be sure to give this reading a big thumbs up, share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button. And enjoy your day, and thanks a lot for viewing.